When Jesus encounters you and really shows you the weight of who he is and capable of these kinds of miracles, it's a, whoa, I am not worthy. What stood out to you about episode 4?
As a Catholic, this is where the portrayal of Peter is challenging.
Yeah.
That Peter would have had such a conversion to find his way to Jesus Christ. I think in a Catholic mindset, the arc would have been much more gradual, that he would have really been on a trajectory that would have led him toward that, and then something happened that enabled him to make a big commitment. That the idea that he was gambling and fishing on the Sabbath and collaborating with the Romans was a stretch. Right. But I think that could be part of the value of the series too, is to stretch people out of their comfortable notions of the apostles and who they were.
Yeah. This episode got the most feedback from all three of you for various reasons that we'll get into. And we made a lot of adjustments to the script to reflect that feedback, but still didn't come all the way to the point where I think each of you have, I'm sure you still got some discomfort with a few things. But here's my defense. I agree with you that Simon Peter, if you look at the trajectory of his life, we can debate about where he started, maybe as a young boy, but that is for sure like this, a slow trajectory, meets the Messiah, and it's not like he goes from complete evil guy to good guy, in that moment, not at all. But where we pick up the story in these episodes is what we were trying to portray was that he was so desperate that he almost had this temporary, we call it in the evangelical world what's the term? It starts with an S, slide, or when you
backslide.
Backsliding, yes. Like he had a temporary backsliding a little bit where he was so desperate that he was so oppressed by the Romans, so under so much pressure that he was making decisions that he wouldn't normally make. And the reason I felt justified in doing that with Simon is because Simon, of all the disciples, is portrayed the most often in the Gospels as doing things that he would immediately regret.
That's true.
And so he was, you would never think that a God-fearing Jesus follower would deny Christ 3 times. He did the most, at times, egregious things. And so I just thought it's maybe unlikely, but maybe plausible that he would have had this period of time in his life where he was so desperate that he lost himself, And so that's why when Jesus does that miracle, Simon doesn't say, "Thank you for being the guy that I've been longing for, and now I'm finally with you." He goes, "Depart from me, I am a sinful man." It was like Jesus did that and rescued him, and he was so shamed by his humanity that I thought maybe that came from a recent acts of desperation, and that's what we evangelicals especially embrace. I know that this episode is going to be more embraced by evangelicals than any other tradition because we really resonate with that portrayal of desperation, depravity, and that when Jesus encounters you and really shows you the weight of who he is and capable of these kinds of miracles, it's a, whoa, I am not worthy. This ground that you are on, I can't be on. So that's where it came from. And again, I think that what you're saying is accurate. I agree with you. But when we come into this show, we're kind of coming into the midpoint of Peter's journey, and it has this temporary detour towards pure desperation.
Caste after caste. I will make your descendants as many as the stars in the heavens. And then what? Huh? Make the chosen as many as the stars. Only to let Egypt enslave us for generations. Bring us out of Egypt. Part the Red Sea. Only to let us wander in the desert for 40 years. Give us the land. Only to let us be exiled in Babylon, bring us back, only to be crushed by Rome. This is the God I've served so faithfully my entire life. You're the God I'm supposed to thank. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you enjoy yanking us around like goats and can't decide whether we're chosen or not. Which one is it? Huh?
Simon.
Andrew?
Hey, it's Dallas. I'm the creator of The Chosen, and yes, season 1 of The Chosen is complete. All 8 episodes, they're available right now. You can look up The Chosen in the App Store or Google Play, and we're easy to find. You can download it and be watching within minutes. And in fact, it's unprecedented technology. You can connect to almost any device you have directly, and you don't even need a subscription. So I hope you'll check out season 1 of The Chosen right now.